Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so my voice is a bit better. I can actually talk for more than 2 minutes without being winded and dying. But we're going to be doing a Brave Battle tier list, and unfortunately, my old one did not save. So we're going to go attribute by attribute and speedrun the early ones, because obviously 18 Askin is not a good character anymore. He's terrible. But if you want to know, by the way, a little bit of tidbit, if you're watching this video in the future, if you're ever curious what the best units are, usually you can see by what's happening on screen, because, like, it's kind of obvious, I can't lie. But if you're ever wanting to know, maybe you're in a lower bracket and you don't know what to work on, these are the top 10 characters in 3rd seed above. So, you know, you can check. I actually don't know, does this only save for your league? I actually don't know if this is only your league, because it might only be your league. But yeah, top 3 is obviously these 3. Like they're absolutely insane. But yeah, so first off, we're gonna start with Askin, and unfortunately he wasn't really, like, at the beginning of his time he was a great Brave Battle character, but nowadays he just kind of sucks. He has no use. He doesn't have invincibility, he doesn't have anything. He does have start parry, so he has a little bit of protection, but, like, not really. So I would say he's, like, low ranks, possibly even bad. Oko is just more of a dodge character. He still can work if you give him full dodge, but outside of that, I think he's just very low ranks. Like, Renji, just 1-5 Renji beats any build an Oko can have. It's unfortunate. Kurioshiki, this is where the character started to get actual Brave Battle skills. He has Prevent Last Ditch Survival. He has decreased damage taken. He has increased normal attack damage when you're below half stamina, my bad. And then he has Team Party, Technique, Attribute, Sniper, normal attack damage of 20%. And then he has Berserker, which is kind of weird. Flurry +2, and he ignores Brave Battle invincibility. I still don't think he's that great. Like, even Max Transcended, I don't see him doing anything. You could argue sub-meta, but I'm just going to put him low ranks. Like, a lot of characters can be bad or low ranks. Like, they're very outdated until you come to, like, the newer characters, you know? But as for Orihime, the only one that's going to be ranked, like, in terms of, like, actual, like, meta, by the way, like, who's number 1, 2, and 3, etc., is going to be the meta tier list. Keep that in consideration. And Orihime is going straight to meta. She is one of the best characters in Brave Battles. Even a year later, she's still absolutely insane. She has Brave Battles only first 10 seconds, Flurry +1. She has Persistence of 5 seconds in Brave Battles, Prevent Last Ditch Survival in Brave Battles, Decreased Damage Taken -50% in Brave Battles, Increased Normal Attack Damage of 50% in Brave Battles, and then Brave Battle Temporary Invincibility. She has Flurry of 2, Ignore Brave Battle Invincibility, Poise, and then the Prevent Brave Battle Healing. She also has the SA2 debuff with a barrier. And she's also ranged. Apparently, when she first dropped, a lot of people were worried that she was going to be ranged and that it was going to be bad. But it ended up being one of the best things for her, because she just, if she ever goes into low stam, she just snipes away from afar and basically one-shots anything. Like, by the time the enemy gets to you, they're basically dead. Like, she's absolutely insane, absolutely broken. And was, like, the best Brave Battle character for basically a year. So yeah, in my opinion, number 1 at the moment. And now it is time to go on to the speed attribute. Alright, and also, my bad if I missed some. Let me know if I missed some Brave Battle characters. I'm also counting Candace as a Brave Battle character because she had a small niche meta. I don't think she's that meta anymore. But before we got the Brave Battle update, when defense was the name of the game, she was a very, very good counter to Orihime, unironically, because she was just so tanky and you could just build her like full dodge. Like, she did a very good job. It was kind of crazy, considering she was speed at the end of it, but whatever. Whatever. But we're going to start off with Chad. I don't know how this character is so good, genuinely. When you look at his skills, he just has decreased damage. He has Captain Killer. He does have a boost. I think that was the main point of it. He had a boost. Not many speed characters had a boost, but it was always against Orihime, which was kind of weird. Like, I would constantly put Chad against Orihime, and like he would still do well, and it made no sense. But you just give him full dodge, DR links as much as possible, full defense, max transcended. He has to be max transcended. Same thing with the Ikaku, by the way. Like, they're basically the same character. But nowadays, I think they're sub-meta. Ever since the change where defense isn't as good anymore, you want to go mainly full attack. So I would probably put them in sub-meta. You could probably even put them low ranks now, but I still see them. Like, they're still good. Like, Chad is still a really good character against Renji. Because I was using Chad against Renji. Against Orihime, though, it became almost unusable. But once the defense thing came around, where they changed the Brave Battle update, yeah, he still did good against Renji. You just have to give him, like, the guitar full defense build, and away you go. Same thing for Ikaku. Like, he was still really, really good. I think, yeah, he had the enhancer. Did Chad have the enhancer? You know, they both did. Yeah, they were like basically the same guy. They were the same thing, but Ikaku has last-ditch survival. Sheesh. So, yeah, they're about the same. As for Tsukishima, he's just outdated. Brave Battle temporary invincibility, so he does have that, but basically every single meta character is going to have Brave Battle temporary invincibility, or they can pierce it. You know, and then outside of that, he doesn't really have much. He has Bruiser of 20 and Sprint and Flurry of 1. Why do they keep giving characters Bruiser and Flurry? It's so funny, but he's a super outdated character. Maybe when he gets his resurrection, he'll get a good chance to shine. Hopefully, that'd be kind of cool. But at the moment, he's just... I don't even think he's sub-meta. Like, I just don't see him. I see these two more than I've seen Tsukishima. So, obviously, this is my personal, like, from what I've seen in Brave Battles. I don't go higher than Lieutenants, so take that into consideration. I don't see him at all. I see these two characters more than I've ever seen Tsukishima since Orihime dropped. As for Ichibei, he had a small little window of time to shine. Once he got his resurrection, it was like a month before Orihime dropped, I believe. And he was good. He was good. He was viable, decent at max transcendence. He has damage taken minus 16%, normal attack damage to 16%. He had weakening as well. Weakening was pretty unique. Not that many characters were immune to it. He had ignored Brave Battle invincibility. He had prevent lasting survival, Bruiser of 30, Flurry +1, and he had start barrier. So he was decent. He probably would have been sub meta at the time, but now it's like he's pretty bad. He's pretty bad. Probably low ranks. Probably low ranks. Now we're on to Sajin. This character I've never had. I didn't think he was ever good, to be honest. Every time I face him, it's like Yuha would just clean him up, because Yuha came out first. Apparently this character was made to counter Yuha, but it never seemed to ever work out in his favor unless he had more dupes. He has no affiliation to Human Killer. DR taken minus 20%. He has paralysis and lacerate. Brave Battle only. First 10 seconds, Flurry +1. Brave Battle only, prevent lasted survival +1. Half stamina only, decrease damage taken minus 50%. Bruiser of 20, Flurry +2, and ignore Brave Battle invincibility. At the time, these characters did not have Brave Battle invincibility. Not all of them. They just pierce it, so that way they could go against like Tsukishima, Jugram, and this Yamamoto, if you can even see it, the Heart Yamamoto, because those were like the meta characters still at the time that had invincibility. And he was good. It's just he wasn't ever like the big dog. It was Yuha, Kuryoshiki. Unless Kuryoshiki came out after. He might have came out after. I can't remember. But either way, I don't even know if he might be a sub meta now, because I think you can put him against Renji, and I think he could do well. But like other than that, I never see him. So me personally, I'm gonna put him below these two. I never see Sajin. It's probably just because Chad and Ikaku are premium, so they have more dupes in them, and like probably nobody summoned for Sajin, which fair enough. Like Yuha still countered him, so I don't know. Now as for Candace, she had a very niche meta. It was very small lasted, but it's mainly because of how much damage taken she could put on. The damage taken minus 21%. She had the booster and enhanced boost, so she got the 43% attack, focus, and defense, which is huge. And then basically you just built her full defense, defense and stamina and attack, and you just made her like full range dodge, put her against Orihime, and she would just sit there and tank until her Persistence went away, and then Candace would win. But nowadays, it's like she kind of sucks. Like I don't see her anymore. Even in third seat, like that's where I used to see her very common. Like I saw her like every like row that I would reset, I would see her. But now you just don't really see her anymore. So I don't know. It's probably some meta. Why is it only speed? Why is it only speed? What are these tech characters, bro? They're so bad. They're so bad. I don't know. I don't know. Now we made it to Askin. Okay. In my opinion, I think he's the #1 Brave Battle character. But it can be either or, right? So Askin, he beats literally every character in the game besides Orihime. Like a Max Center Orihime versus a Max Center Askin, and Orihime realistically should win. And then a Max Center Orihime beats everything besides a Renji. But then a Renji, every time I put my Renji against Sajin, he loses. I put Renji against like Yuha, he can lose. You know, like it's like Renji only realistically beats Orihime consistently. So that's why I feel like it's either one of these two. You can interplace them however you want, but I think Askin is #1. Askin is Stern Order Killer, and then he also has Soul Reaper Killer, which is crazy. He doesn't even have Human Killer, and actually, never mind. I'm having this backwards. Renji's the one who's made the counter. Never mind. That makes more sense. So he's still really good against Orihime. Like, he has a chance, but, you know. He has damage taken minus 21%. He has the new Poison Plus. So a character with status damage, which is pretty cool. SA2 boost. Brave Battles only persistence of 5 seconds. Brave Battles only prevent lasted survival +1. Half stamina only decrease damage taken minus 50%. He has a booster of 30%. Brave Battle temporary invincibility of 10 seconds. Bruiser plus 50%. Disabler plus 10%. Enhancer plus 10 seconds. Flurry plus 3. Ignore Brave Battle invincibility and poise. Like, he's insane. I will say, sometimes against a Yuha, if he paralyzes you, there is a pretty good chance that you lose, but even still, like, he's probably still gonna kill. Like, unless your other two teammates fold, like, you should win. You should win super easily. But, yeah, I think this is speed. Speed and tech so far. And on to mind. Oh, God, mind. Yikes, where are these guys gonna go? Oh, gotta take a big sip. My throat is dying. Got some liquid IV in here. Who needs gamer subs? Who needs gamer subs? We got liquid. Alright, but the next character is going to be 4th Anniversary Ichigo. Yikes, this character sucks. Even with his resurrection, he got Brave Battle temporary invincibility. I think he got decreased captain damage taken by 20%. And maybe an increase to bruiser. And then he got more damage inflicted at low stam. He's just bad. He's terrible. Like, I think he's unironically just awful. He wasn't even, like, usable when he got resurrected, and he's still not usable now. He never will be. He sucks. You can probably put Askin in bad, too, because his resurrection didn't save him at all, honestly. Like, it just didn't do him anything. They tried to make him into a Guild Quest character, like a side, and even then, he sucked ass, so you can probably put him there, too. Next character is the Kampfuro Noitora. And apparently this guy was an absolute menace. I think he was made to counter Yachiru Unohana, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he has Captain Killer, he's Mind. At the time he was insane, but now it's like they also tried to make him another character in Guild Quest, I'm pretty sure. They gave him recharge for his soul trait. I think they gave him Enhancer. I don't know what they even gave him. Like they just tried to make him a side in Guild Quest. He's not good. He's not good. He has Bruiser of 60%, so he hits hard, but he is not piercing any persistence, or he's not piercing invincibility. He doesn't have pierce barrier. He has nothing. He has nothing. He has, yeah, nah. Next one is Safi Kenpachi. This is when I started playing. This is the character that I came into. The game too. And he was fun at the time, but he definitely fell off pretty fast, I can't lie. Captain Killer, damage taken minus 60%. Brave Battle only prevent lasted survival. Berserker of 60, that's crazy. Berserker character. Brave Battle counter plus 20%. Flurry plus 2. Ignore Brave Battle invincibility. lasted survival, poise, stretcher +1, and start barrier +10. They made this guy an SP character. That's crazy. Yeah, he's I don't even know if he'd be considered low ranks. I think he might just be bad. He has ignored Brave Battle invincibility, so I'm gonna put him up by Ichibei. Like, he at least has that. He can go through invincibility, but like, he's gonna suck. He's gonna be terrible. That's all I can say. Next character is Yamamoto. Amazing character. I'm conflicted on where I'm gonna put him. I don't know if I'd put him in meta, because I do think Sajin stomped him out, like, indefinitely. And, like, even still, like, Orihime was still a great counter to him, just in general. Let's go over his skills, I guess. So, he is a no affiliation and captain killer. He was meant to put Yuha in the dirt, but then Yuha still was, like, meta. It was either him or Yuha. It was crazy. Damage taken -20%. He has last rate and burn on all of his strong attacks, and then his SA2 has no status summons, but is a debuff mechanic. Brave Battles only first 10 seconds, flurry +1. Brave Battles only increase normal attack damage when enemies or allies is KO'd, +20%. Brave Battles only prevent lasted survival +1. Half stamina only, decreased damage taken -50%. Brave Battle temporary invincibility +10 seconds. Flurry +2. Guaranteed status summon affliction against heart attribute characters, no affiliation enemies, +100%. So if you're ever facing a heart, no affiliation enemy like Yuha, he was going to inflict, which is crazy. Ignore Brave Battle invincibility +1. And he has Pierce Barrier and Poise. Like, genuinely, imagine if this character got remade and then they just gave him persistence. He would be freaking insane. But I'll put him in meta for now. And then I'll move him down, seeing how many characters I have in meta. He's fighting for meta. Like, I still think he's a great character, but he might get bumped down to some meta. Next character, final mind character, is Big Sajin. So he came out for part 2 anniversary of the 9th Annie. Stern Ritter Killer and Captain Killer. Damage taken -21%. No status summons. Brave Battles only. Block Heart and Mind attribute boosts and debuffs. I believe Sajin started this, right? Yeah, Sajin started this. Which was insane. That's really what killed Yuha and Yama, because their main gimmick, the buff and debuff meta, it just kind of stomped them. Brave Battles only, persistence +5 seconds. Brave Battle only, prevent lasted survival +1. Half stamina only, decrease damage taken -50%. Half stamina only, increase normal attack damage of 60%. Brave Battle temporary invincibility of 10 seconds. He has a base flurry 3, ignore Brave Battle invincibility. He has a long reach, Pierce Barrier, and Poise. Like, he's just absolutely insane. I'm just gonna kick him down now. I don't think he's staying up there. Sajin is just him. Like, he is, like, insane against, like, any character besides, like, Orihime, to be honest. Orihime and Askin. Like, I think Sajin could take on anyone. People are telling me Sajin can beat Askin. I haven't ran into a Sajin that beats my Askin. But obviously, when you're the person who's setting up the team, who you put up against who, obviously, you know, you have a bit of an advantage, because you can put Askin against Renji, or Orihime against the Askin. You know, you have the advantage, so that's why you usually win, when you're like, oh, well, I have a 1-5 Sajin, I beat a 5-5 Askin. Well, yeah, because you're setting up the team. Because, like, my Askin has beat Maxwell and Sajins all the time. Like, it's like nothing. But then my buddies tell me they beat Maxwell and Askins with, like, 1-5 Sajins, so it's like, I think Askin is still better than Sajin, but, you know. Either way. But yeah, Sajin is still an extraordinary character. He's still very, very good. But yeah, I think it is time for some power now. Alright, now it is the Jugrum. I forgot his shift, I can't lie. The balance. Big balance guy. He's definitely outdated. He's a resurrected character. Is he the only power character? Like the oldest one? That's crazy. Maybe I'm missing some. But either way, he is Squad 0 Killer. Damage taken -16%. Normal attack damage of 16%. What is he made to counter? He's power. Huh. I actually don't know who he came out to counter. If he's power. I actually have no idea. But either way, he has weakening on all of his strong attacks. So if he inflict weakening, it'd be pretty good. But, you know, only flurry 1, but yeah. Brave Battle only, prevent lasted survival. Berserker of 50%. He had the Brave Battle counter and Brave Battle temporary invincibility. He was the first one to implement it, I'm pretty sure, which is insane. Bruiser of 20%, Flurry +1, Ignore Brave Battle invincibility +1, Pierce Barrier, and Poise. I think he picked up Pierce Barrier invincibility, or Ignore invincibility. I don't think he had that. I think he got that from his resurrection. So I heard when they first dropped, they were just absolutely toxic, which is insane. But nowadays, I don't see Jugum at all. So yet again, he's probably low ranks. I just don't see him at all. Like even like Max Transcended, I don't ever see him. I think maybe he does decent against Orihime, but like even still, like now with Askin running around, one pop and he's probably dead. But who knows? Like I just don't see him that often. I don't see him. Next character is gonna be Chad. Chad's like only use, even like when he first dropped, he was very mediocre. Like just nobody used him. When Orihime dropped though, he was a very good character to use to stall, to dodge, and just have full dodge because he had the enhanced boost. He could have higher defense than the attack than an Orihime. But now with the change, you just don't really see Chad anymore, especially with Askin running around. Like he just gets one popped. So yet again, he's like whatever. He's probably here. Honestly, I think he's probably worse than these guys. Probably better than Candace, but to each their own. Doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, like I just never see this Chad anymore. He got phased out of existence so hard. Like even when Orihime dropped, and he was like a pretty good counter to her, like full on dodging. Like it was still like insanely difficult. Like even against like 1-5, sometimes I'd be like fighting for my life to try to beat an Orihime. So it was iffy. It was iffy. Now for Ishin. Ishin is weird because I think he's basically the exact same thing as Chad, but he doesn't have a boost. So like if he's not max transcended, he's gonna get washed. And even when mine was max transcended full defense, he still got washed by Orihime. So I think he's literally just worse than Candace. I think he's just here. Because I do see him. I do see him every once in a while. I've seen him more than any other character in the low ranks or bad, besides maybe Tsukishima. Maybe. But he has Brave Battles only, prevent lasted survival. He has half stamina only, decrease damage taken -50%. Brave Battle temporary invincibility of 10 seconds. Bruiser of 50%. Damage to lacerated enemies of 60%. Debilitator of 2. Flurry +2. Ignore Brave Battle invincibility. Poise. And prevent Brave Battle healing. For a premium character, he was insane. It's just the fact that he doesn't have a boost. So he's just kind of been relegated to not very good, unfortunately, anymore. He's definitely gotten cooked, as some people say. Now into the final power character, Big Renji. I feel like he should be here above Sajin only because he can put in place Orihime easier. Because I do think Renji solidified his place as the Orihime counter. Like, a 1-5 Renji versus a max transcended Orihime is the only way it's a fair fight for these two. A 2-5 Renji smacks the shit out of any Orihime build. It's insane. And since she's the #1 contender at the time, that's why I think that he is above Sajin. You can argue, say that he's above, but I think that this is 1 and 2, and these two are 3 and 4th place, personally. He's a human killer, normal attack damage taken, or normal attack damage of 20%, damage taken -16%. He has the SA2 debuff, where he blocks power and technique attribute boost and debuffs, which is crazy. Like, that way he blocks it for himself too, which is kind of funny. Brave Battle only, first 10 seconds of Flurry +1. Brave Battle only, persistence of 5 seconds. Brave Battles only, prevent lasted survival +1. And then half stamina only, decrease damage taken -50%. Half stamina only, increased normal attack damage of 50%. And then Brave Battle temporary invincibility at 10 seconds. Flurry +2. Ignore Brave Battle invincibility +1. Pierce Barrier, Poise, and prevent Brave Battle healing. I hate saying all the or the Brave Battle stuff. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh my god. But yeah, a lot of skills. He's absolutely insane. And it's also kind of funny that Askin never picked up like block speed or power or something. Imagine if he did. Oh my god, that'd be so annoying. But I kind of prefer that he didn't. It makes him like the better character because he's guaranteed to boost. But yeah, like this is the main 3 combo team that you're gonna see. Sometimes you see like a Yuha or a Sajin or something, but like it's usually like Askin, Renji, and then Orihime, and then you sub one of them out for like a Sajin, Yama, Yuha, something like that. But yeah, now onto my heart, the final attribute. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the final attribute. We're going to be using Yachiru Unohana. Even after her resurrection, she was just a fun character to use. She wasn't meta, she wasn't great. At the time of her initial release, she was apparently the best character in the entire game for Brave Battles, which is kind of crazy. But for her resurrection, I think she got like Ignored Brave Battle Invincibility. And maybe Long Reach, and then she got normal hit damage of 16%. That was about it. But yeah, she's just bad. Like I mean, yet again, she has Ignored Brave Battle Invincibility, so I can put her in very low ranks, but like she's not doing too hot. She's not doing too hot. She also has SA2 of like healing, so it's like it's not even a boost. I feel like they could have definitely changed that, but every Yachter has to have some sort of healing apparently. But yeah, just very outdated character, unfortunately, but still looks very cool. As for the Yamamoto, he was good up until Yuha dropped, so he had a good time to shine, but nowadays you just never see him. You just never see him. Sternmitter Killer, damage taken minus 16%. He has weakening and burn on all of his strong attacks. He has Brave Battle, temporary invincibility at 10 seconds. Bruiser of 20, ignore Brave Battle at plus 1. Lasted survival, you know, flurry plus 1, that kind of stuff. So I would say he's probably like, I don't know, here below these guys. I still think these guys can mop the floor with him, but I don't know about these characters. Yeah, about not too much rating. Now I have Yuha. I love this character. I think he was probably my favorite Brave Battle character. But he's a Captain Killer, damage taken minus 16%, paralysis and drain on all of his strong attacks except for his SA2, which is a boost. Brave Battles only increase normal attack damage when an ally when an enemy or ally is KO'd plus 20%. Brave Battle only prevent lasted survival plus 1. Half stamina only decrease damage taken minus 50%. Berserker of 50. Why is it Berserker, bro? Come on now. Booster plus 30, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Enhancer plus 10, Flurry plus 2, Guard Break, Ignore Brave Battle Invincibility plus 1. He's literally just side by Yama. They're literally just like counterparts. Unironically though, I think Yuha outlives him. Because if you're facing an enemy without Sajin and you use Yuha, if you put him against Askin, he does have a chance to do well. If he paralyzes Askin, he could do well. But then again, you know, he's ranged, so you have to get in close. You know, you have to have dupes and whatnot. So that's why I'm saying he's sub-meta. I don't think these 2 characters are meta anymore. There's realistically only 5 characters that are meta, like, genuinely. But these 2 are like on the brink. Like they're there. Like they do well. Like if you use Sajin against or Yuha against like Renji, he can fold them. Yuha or I keep messing their names up. Yama against Renji as well does really well. But against Orihime, these 2 are iffy. I have lost quite a few times to Yuha, so keep that in consideration with Orihime, because I believe he can paralyze her. I believe, or just constantly keep draining. But yeah. These 2 characters are still very good. Like all of these characters are probably in low rank, to be honest. These 2 are the actual sub meta. I can't lie. Like they're like the actual sub meta. These ones are just kind of like gimmicks. Either way, the final heart character, Meninas, Captain Killer, damage taken minus 21%, confusion on all of her strong attacks, including her mastering. And then the debuff is on her soul bomb is 80%, so 80% less defense, which is crazy. You basically do no damage and you just run around in circles. Brave Battles only first 10 seconds, flurry plus 1. Brave Battles only persistence plus 5 seconds. Brave Battle only prevent lasted survival plus 1. Half statement only decreased damage taken minus 50%. Raid Battle, temporary invincibility plus 10 seconds. Damage inflicted at low stamina plus 60%. Insane. Flurry plus 2. Ignore Raid Battle invincibility plus 1. Pierce barrier and poise. I think she's just below Sajin. Unfortunately, since Sajin can literally just block her soul bomb debuff, that's still funny. But like, she's still a great character. It's just that I think the other character's just better. I think she beats Renji though. Like, Renji just on is like only good against Orihime, to be honest. But the other characters, like, I think they're all great. It's kind of funny. Speed, tech, power, mind, heart. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I think that's my Raid Battle tier list. Obviously, it's a bit biased because of how I play, or because of what I face in my bracket. I can't tell you what like Captain League is doing or anything. I've never been to Captain's League because I don't try hard enough to get up there. You have to play so many matches. Like I have 35 wins in a row, and I'm like ranked 156 in third seed. Like, Captains is just too much work. So I'm good. But either way, let me know down below who's your top 3. Be curious to see. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys having an absolutely amazing day. And the next Raid Battle video will be a lot more concise. I just wanted to actually rank all of them. And I also got rid of like SP characters because nobody is using a freaking SP character in 2025. They all fucking suck. So, yeah. Enjoy. Bye.